Well, hi guys. It's now midday here in New Zealand. I am Julz Ann coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand at midday, noon. Yes, I've had lunch. And this is my broadcast number 98. Now you're probably wondering, gosh, this girl is eager, you know. And you might say, yes, I am. I'm very eager. I'm very um, I'm at a point now that I'm so focused. Good afternoon, John. Crypto TBC, John Harder. Thank you for coming along to my broadcast. I've been out and about, and I mentioned this morning in my, I did a broadcast earlier on in the day that I have married up, you might say, health and wealth. Now, I can't go on about this enough because as far as my health is concerned, yes, I have my issues, and I'm happy to say that I've come to a point that I think I've now got things sorted to the point that I have in my possession right now an alkaline machine, which is called Kangen water, and it has boosted my health to a level that I never thought 7 weeks ago when I began my chemotherapy that I would be at. So I have a Kangen water machine right now in my possession, and this to me makes sense that health has to be at the top of the list in order for me to enjoy my wealth and abundance that TBC has brought to me. So I've been brought two things all in one. My health has been given back to me through a regime of knowing how to drink this water, how to use the machine to keep my health at a decent level to offset all those drugs that I'm on at the moment and the chemo that's racking through my body. But I have this water that flushes it all out as quick as um, I can. And to me, that's a combination that I'm happy with. I sit really well with the combination of putting my health at the priority, as a priority, and to enjoy the abundance that TBC brings to the table. What good is it if my health is not in order? And to say I'm excited, well, that's an understatement because today I'm at a point where this time last week I was in hospital looking out the window at the beautiful scenery that was outside the window. So did I expect to be at this point at this time? Well, it was in my hands to do something about it. So complacency wasn't for me. The old, oh well, I'll just go with this, I'll do the treatment, blah blah blah. But no, that's not the onset that I want. My children have been around me the last couple of days, and it's been great to feel that energy from them, and them knowing where I am. And I'm a pretty headstrong type of person. I'll do things my way. But now I know to calm things down. My children want to take part in what's happening with me. And why not? They can see the benefits of a water machine that I've now have in my possession, and they see me up and about. In a week's space, it's been a phenomenal transition. And so how can I not marry up health and wealth in the one sentence? Because it all makes great sense to me. And with the one of my daughters who's actually doing the Kangen water machine business, and I said to her, "Well, I could be your walking advertisement. I have got an issue, and I'm happy to help her out with that because it's a business that she's running. She's got a product to sell. I've got a product that can match up with it, health and wealth. Kangen water, alkaline water, TBC, and abundance coin." So, to me, it just made great sense. There's no, there's no, there's no separating the two. I don't think. Good health to enable you to enjoy the wealth and abundance of TBC. So, um, with that being said, we all deal with our day-to-day life in our own different ways, in our own special ways, and so this is my way of dealing with things. And to me, it matters, and most of all, it fits. And so I'm happy at this point in time that health and wealth is at the top of my list. Um, because it matters. I've got too much to live for. You yourself, Crypto John, you're from a very big family. I had 9 children myself. And so, the spin-off of that and the amount of grandchildren, as I'm sure, I think it's about 16 children in your family, Crypto John Harder. So you've got a vast amount of brothers and sisters. And so my children, 9 children, at this time and place, my 9 children are my why. My second why is my grandchildren, who in September will number 31 will arrive, and my 8 great grandchildren. So I'm sure you know what those numbers mean. As to, I don't need much more reason why than that. But yes, in order for that, for my why to mean anything, I have to be in the best of health, as good as chemo allows it. It knocks you about. It's terrible, but I'm ready to knock back. And the amount of people saying, "You can do this. Your heart is now blah blah blah." But hey, I bleed too. I hurt too. And as tough as boots as people may think I am, I hurt. I get pain just like everybody else. But I'd like to think I also can push through this. I've got another 8 weeks worth of treatment to go. So today is a good day. And so today I feel like I can move mountains. And like I remember the other day when you said in your broadcast about your friend that ambitious person walking down the street, and it came to fruition when he managed to escape. That told a big thunderous story. And so I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to grasp what I can have. what can be, what can come to fruition. And that was an awesome story, John. And so you envision it enough. You bring it into existence. You open that door that says, I can have this. I can do this. And then you allow those who want to come through the door with you, you allow them to come in and see your world. Now, over the next couple of days, I've got a lot of hard work ahead of me, and I'm up for it. What I mean by hard work is that there are so many of my family that I am going to enroll into TBC. I'm going to register them. Come hell, high water, I don't care. They can thank me later. And why am I doing this? Because there was a point, I couldn't even look at them. They didn't even want to see me online. As soon as I pop in, they'd pop out. And I thought, well, you got to draw the line somewhere. They've got to see that you have their best interest at heart. And TBC is their best interest, whether they want to admit it or not. Now, out of my children alone, I think there's only 3 of them that are actually registered and got the new red wallet and everything. But there's still hundreds more. Yet some of them are still not hip to the crypto world, or even knowing what TBC is. But hey, that is something I'm ready to work at. We are on this earth only but once. If you get a second chance, well, you're a lucky bugger. So while it's the here and now, I'll gather my resources and I'll forge ahead. I think I'm at a point now that their negativity and all that, I can push past all that. Because now it's like in one ear and out the other. Because, like I said, they can thank me later. So, to get the power of TBC through to not just my family, but people that have been contacting me. And though I've just been, I came back to broadcasting just 3 days ago. And I've missed a lot of people that hadn't seen me broadcasting. And so that audience has been coming back. But that doesn't matter, because as long as you're doing your broadcast, it doesn't matter if nobody visits you. You're doing. You're part of the instructions. I'm part of the instructions. I'm one of many voices that TBC admin have asked us to do our broadcast, put ourselves out there, and build our community. Our community needs building big time. 1 billion people. Yes, we all know that. And so to be able to get my little input in, well, then I'm happy with that. I have interacted with so many different people over the last few days, and not just here online, because I'm feeling because my energy levels are at a great point at this moment. So I've been out. I went out to the market this morning because my daughter, who gave me the Kunjin machine, she is advertising that as her business. So I went up to the market to help her out, because we work in tandem and we work together really well. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to step out as often as I can, but as soon as my energy level allows me 1 or 2 hours out, during the day, I take it. And so building my TBC business, I know will go to another level. I can step up now because having my daughter, she's also in TBC, and working together. Um, I'm glad that we got that rapport with one another, that we can bounce off one another with her business and with my business, with TBC. She is learning the business of TBC as she goes along, but she's young. Young. She's 47, and she just gives off um, a a kind of commitment that is different from mine at a different level. She's a very engaging person, so her learning about TBC eventually, and I let her know that the blog is always there. But she's similar to me because she knows what that blog means, and so she knows also that bugging me is not going to help. Although, it, you just let them know that's what the TBC admin put the blogs out there for, so we can all keep in contact. So I'm happy to say that we work well together, and I know that my output, as far as reaching to the outside community to get get the TBC word out there, I believe it's going to go to another level. Because while I'm in this frame of mind that the drugs are not affecting me at the moment, it's an exciting place to be. I'm excited, and and I know you've just moved to Mexico, John, and so in order to give myself this week a good feeling, a sense of I can do this. I'm going to achieve something. So this week I had been to a cancer clinic where they pamper you and they do your makeup and they clothe you in these rich gowns and for a day you're a queen, and it's wonderful. You just sit there and you're spoiled rotten, and so all the women go along to that once a week just for this pampering. You get massage and everything. You get your nails done, your hair done, makeup, and makes you feel good for a day. You forget you even got cancer, and that's a wonderful feeling. So to top all that off, I thought, well, I was on such a high, I'll go and get me a new car. Okay, I'm going to be paying for it, of course. But it was that feeling of that boost, I'd been looking for such a while, such a long time. Well, such a long time, 7 weeks to be exact. Because you're sick of being sick. You're sick of feeling down in the dumps. So you got this energy level that gives you the ability to spoil yourself rotten. And so starting off with that day of being pampered just led to the next thing, to getting a car. And then by the end of the week, well, my daughter brings in a Kanchen water machine for me. So it's been one of those weeks, surprise after surprise. Now, I even sat in on a quiz at a church meeting on Saturday morning. I went to breakfast with my daughter from her church, and we had a women's breakfast at one of the local hotel inns, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful morning, beautiful breakfast, beautiful engagement with the church people. Quizzes were run, and I won a quiz, and And it was a beautiful day, Saturday morning, to round off what was a beautiful week, which was an engaging week, which was a constructive week, because from the flow on effect of being pampered right till the end of to the beginning of Saturday morning was just phenomenal. So I've had this ripple effect happen for me during the week, and to end it on a beautiful note of having lunch with a room full of church people who engaged, and the prayers were massive, and the gifts that just kept flooding out during the day, nail polishes and things like that, lip balms. But the when you receive a gift, no matter how big or small it is, it's probably one of the it's an honour to get those sorts of things, as it is the privilege to get 125,000 cookies as a gift when you register with TBC. We're blessed in so many ways that the doors that open from the powers that be, we don't want them. We don't want the powers that be. We want to be the power. We want to be the energy, the life force to bring TBC to a billion, to be worth a billion. When we get that community built up to a billion people, so our coin will be so valuable. Next thing you know, that's when some people turn around, the door will be closed. And we want that to happen as soon as possible. And so, I'm not a leader. I don't consider myself that. Here in New Zealand, we've got quite a few teams that are doing the hard yards, and they're getting the word out there, and very engaging audiences. And so my journey with TBC, which has been hard over the last 7 weeks, has pushed me through to this point that it doesn't have to be hard. But I don't have to push myself as well. I don't have to push myself to the level that I'm going to get exhausted. My energy levels are going to run out because I've timed it that. I can step back, you know, but doing my broadcast is probably one of the most vital parts of my um, connection with TBC. So letting an audience know that TBC is here to stay. We have an expensive coin in our midst. We have a unique platform. We have an engaging community. We have a TBC admin to die for because of their connection with us. Within the TBC community, we have got the ability to bring the world out of poverty. The roadmap has been laid before us. We have the ability to cash flow. We have the ability to construct our days around TBC, to build a community. We have the tools. We have been blessed with Dr. Joe Stevens' um, thoughts into TBC, how he has built his toolbox, but it's not finished because as admin, TBC admin, add on. Those who have built their toolbox have the ability to expand their toolbox. And although I haven't gone down that road, it definitely is worth something to look at, building my own toolbox. But at a level where I understand it, my head could be fuzzy, so my idea of a toolbox could be completely different to anybody else's. But simplicity, that's me. But, if you've got the IT skills to do it, brilliant. But, like I said, I'm very simplistic, and I'll see what I can come up with. And but, you can't not try, because you might have some idea that, somebody might like. I can be engaging on a one-to-one person level, but as far as building something as complex as a toolbox, I suppose it can be as complex as you want it, or it can be as simple as you want it. But that's me. I do simplicity. So the most engaging thing that I have with TBC is the community and the international growth of the members and those that I engage with during the day, the international audience that we're all privy to. As long as we're doing our broadcast, we're all privy to whoever comes into your chat room from wherever. And that's exactly what happened. They come from wherever, as you do, John. You're in Mexico now. I'm in New Zealand. And at the click of a button, we're in the same chat room. So that's how brilliant being online. You don't have to be out there banging on, going to meetings. And although some people choose to do it that way. So with that, I'm so happy that you've come along, John. Thank you so much for your time. I feel that health and wealth is an important and integral part of my life right now. If I'm to be brutally honest with myself, it means everything to me. So health and wealth is definitely at the top of my list. And I think you can't go one without the other. And so I'd like to leave it at that. And I thank you so much for coming along and being part of my broadcast today, John Harder. It's always lovely to engage with you. And I know I don't get to all of your broadcasts, but I do watch the reruns, absolutely. And so thank you for being here today. It's just going on to 12:30 here in New Zealand, lunchtime. And I've had lunch and everything. And so this is my broadcast number 98. So this being my second broadcast for the day, I think I've had enough. Everybody's had enough of my husky voice. And I'd like to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, John Harder, for coming along to my broadcast. And thank you to the audience that will watch my broadcast. This is Julz Ann coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. It's a bit overcast here in New Zealand today. And we are known as the City of Sales, Auckland. So thank you all, and I'll catch up with you all later. I have got my broadcast. This is actually my first planned broadcast that's on the roster, and so I'm doing well. So thank you again, once again, from the bottom of my heart for coming along to my broadcast. This is Julz Ann signing off for today. Ka kite, and we'll catch up with you later. Goodbye from New Zealand.